Good afternoon, now the Midlands News with Sally Nicholson and me, Bernadette Kearney. The police and social workers in Stafford have begun an investigation into the death of a man in his 80s. It's thought the body of William Dugmore may have lain undiscovered for as long as 2 months. A post-mortem is to be carried out to establish how he died. Neighbours in the area say they're shocked that he wasn't missed for such a long time. A West Midlands man who spent almost 20 years protesting his innocence took his case to the Court of Appeal in London today. Keith Twitchell claims that detectives from the West Midlands Serious Crime Squad tortured him into making a confession.
Keith Twitchell from Birmingham arrived at the Court of Appeal with his barrister, alleging that he'd been tortured into confessing to a crime he didn't commit. The court heard that a security guard had been shot dead at a factory in Willenhall in November 1980. Keith Twitchell was arrested within hours and was later sentenced to 20 years in jail for manslaughter. Speaking after his release in 1993, he described the way that detectives had allegedly interrogated him.
They handcuffed me to a chair, stuck a plastic bag over my head until I came unconscious. And, well, then they asked me to sign a confession, which I had no idea what the contents of the confession were anyway. I still refused. I put the plastic bag over my head again, and then I gave it and signed.
Stephen Solly QC told the court that the scenario of torture involving a plastic bag being placed over Mr. Twitchell's head was so far beyond the legitimacy of the law that it beggared belief. He also claimed that Mr. Twitchell had been beaten up and that evidence had been fabricated against him. But Lord Justice Rose warned that he was not here to conduct a trial of the Serious Crime Squad officers. Peter Wilson for BBC Midlands Today at the Court of Appeal in London.
A West Midlands MEP has arrived in France carrying a joint of British beef in defiance of the French government ban. Liberal Democrat Liz Lynn was allowed through customs at Strasbourg Airport with the joint of meat, which she plans to serve up for colleagues in the European Parliament. Wolverhampton and Dudley breweries, the makers of Banks's beer, are taking over the Mansfield brewery in a £250 million deal. Banks's say the Nottinghamshire brewery will continue to operate for at least 2 years, but 250 jobs will be lost as a result of the takeover. That's our news for now. Join us again on BBC One at 6:30 for all the Midlands news, sport and weather with subtitles. From all of us for now, bye-bye.